In the relationship with your dog, you can have a bad moment. For whatever reason, it happens. An accident, a bad day at work, or whatever. You come home and the dog is there barking at you, tail wagging, looking for your attention. You don't feel like playing with the dog, but the dog is there. The dog will not feel hurt that you don't want to play because it doesn't take it personally. Once the dog celebrates your arrival and finds out you don't want to play, the dog goes and plays by itself. The dog doesn't stay there and insist that you be happy. Sometimes you can feel more support from your dog than from a partner who wants to make you happy. If you don't feel like being happy and you only want to be quiet, it's nothing personal. It has nothing to do with your partner. Perhaps you have a problem and you need to be quiet, but that silence can cause your partner to make a lot of assumptions. What did I do now? It's because of me. It has nothing to do with your partner. It's nothing personal. Left alone, the tension will go away and you will return to happiness. That is why the key in the lock has to be a match, because if one of you has a bad moment or an emotional crisis, your agreement is to allow each other to be what you are. Then the relationship is another story. It's another way of being, and the whole thing can be very beautiful. Relationship is an art. The dream that two create is more difficult to master than one. To keep the two of you happy, you have to keep your half perfect. You are responsible for your half, and your half has a certain amount of garbage. Your garbage is your garbage. The one who has to deal with that garbage is you, not your partner. If your partner tries to clean your garbage, she is going to end up with a broken nose. We have to learn not to put our nose where no one wants it. And it's the same with your partner's half. Your partner has a certain amount of garbage. Knowing your partner has garbage, you allow her to deal with her own garbage. You are going to love her and accept her with all of her garbage. You are going to respect her garbage. You are not in a relationship to clean your partner's garbage. She is going to clean her own. Even if your partner asks for your help, you have the choice to say no. Saying no doesn't mean you don't love or accept your partner. It means you are not able or you don't want to play that game. For example, if your partner gets angry, you can say, "You have the right to be mad, but I don't have to be mad because you're mad. I didn't do anything to cause your anger." You don't have to accept your partner's anger at all, but you can allow her to be angry. There is no need to argue. Just allow her to be what she is. Allow her to heal without intervening. And you can also agree not to interfere with your own healing process. Let's say that you are a man and you are happy, and for whatever reason, your partner cannot be happy. She has personal problems. She is dealing with her garbage, and she is unhappy. Because you love her, you will support her, but supporting her doesn't mean you are going to be unhappy because she's unhappy. That is not support at all. If she's unhappy and you get unhappy, both of you sink. If you are happy, your happiness can bring her happiness back. In the same way, if you are down and she is happy, her happiness is your support. For your own sake, let her be happy. Don't even try to take her happiness away. Whatever happens in your work, don't come home and throw your poison at her. Be silent and let her know it's nothing personal. You're just dealing with yourself. You can say, "Keep being happy, keep playing. I will join you when I can enjoy your happiness. Right now, I need to be alone." If you understand the concept of the wounded mind, you will understand the reason why romantic relationships are so difficult. The emotional body is sick. It has wounds. It has poison. If we are not aware that we are sick or that our partner is sick, we become selfish. The wounds hurt, and we have to protect our wounds, even from the ones we love. But if we have the awareness, we can have different agreements. When we are aware that our partner has emotional wounds and we love our partner, we certainly don't want to touch her wounds. We don't want to push her to heal her wounds, and we don't want her to push us to heal our wounds. Take the risk and take the responsibility to make a new agreement with your partner. Not an agreement that you read in a book, but an agreement that works for you. If it doesn't work, change that agreement and create a new one. Use your imagination to explore new possibilities, to create new agreements based on respect and love. Communication through respect and love is the whole key to keeping the love alive and never getting bored in your relationship. It's about finding your voice and stating your needs. It's about trusting yourself and trusting your partner. What you are going to share with your partner is not the garbage, but your love, your romance, your understanding. The goal is for the two of you to be happier, and that calls for more and more love. You are the perfect man or woman, and your partner is the perfect human, just as the dog is the perfect dog. If you treat your partner with love and respect, who is going to get the benefit? No one else but you. Heal your half. and you are going to be happy. If you can heal that part of you, then you are going to be ready for a relationship without fear, without need. But remember, you can only heal your half. If you are in a relationship and you work with your half and your partner works with the other half, you will see how quickly progress is made. Love is what makes you happy, and if you become the servant of love and your partner becomes the servant of love, you can just imagine all the possibilities. The day will come when you can be with your partner with no guilt and no blame, no anger and no sadness. That day will be wonderful when you can be completely open, only to share, only to serve, only to give your love. Once you decide to be a couple, you are there to serve the one you love, the one you choose. You are there to serve your love to your lover, to be each other's servant, in every kiss and every touch. You feel you are each there to please the one you love, without expecting anything back. More than sex, it's about being together. The sex becomes wonderful also, but it's completely different. Sex becomes a communion. Sex becomes a complete surrendering, a dance, an art, a supreme expression of beauty. You can make an agreement that says, I like you, you are wonderful, and you make me feel so good. I'll bring the flowers, you bring the soft music. We'll dance and we'll both go to the clouds. It's beautiful, it's wonderful, it's romantic. It's no longer a war of control. It's about service, but you can only do that when the love you have for yourself is very strong. Chapter 6, The Magical Kitchen. Imagine that you have a magical kitchen in your home. That magical kitchen, you can have any food you want from any place in the world in any quantity. You never worry about what to eat. Whatever you wish for, you can have at your table. You are very generous with your food. You give your food unconditionally to others, not because you want something in return from them. Whoever comes to your home, you feed just for the pleasure of sharing your food, and your house is always full of people who come to eat the food from your magical kitchen. Then one day, someone knocks at your door, and it's a person with a pizza. You open the door, and the person looks at you and says, Hey, do you see this pizza? I'll give you this pizza if you let me control your life. If you just do whatever I want you to do. You are never going to starve because I can bring you pizza every day. You just have to be good to me. Can you imagine your reaction? In your kitchen, you can have the same pizza, even better. Yet this person comes to you and offers you food, if you just do whatever he wants you to do. You are going to laugh and say, No, thank you. I don't need your food. I have plenty of food. You can come into my house and eat whatever you want, and you don't have to do anything. Don't believe I'm going to do whatever you want me to do. No one will manipulate me with food. Now imagine exactly the opposite. Several weeks have gone by and you haven't eaten. You are starving and you have no money in your pocket to buy food. The person comes with the pizza and says, Hey, there's food here. You can have this food if you just do what I want you to do. You can smell the food and you are starving. You decide to accept the food and do whatever that person asks of you. You eat some food and he says, If you want more, you can have more, but you have to keep doing what I want you to do. You have food today, but tomorrow may not have food, so you agree to do whatever you can for food. You can become a slave because of food, because you need food, because you don't have it. Then, after a certain time, you have doubts. You say, What am I going to do without my pizza? I cannot live without my pizza. What if my partner decides to give the pizza to someone else? My pizza. Now imagine that instead of food, we are talking about love. You have an abundance of love in your heart. You have love not just for yourself, but for the whole world. You love so much that you don't need anyone's love. You share your love without condition. You don't love if. You are a millionaire in love, and someone knocks on your door and says, Hey, I have love for you here. You can have my love if you just do whatever I want you to do. When you are full of love, what is going to be your reaction? You will laugh and say, Thank you, but I don't need your love. I have the same love here in my heart, even bigger and better, and I share my love without condition. But what is going to happen if you're starving for love? If you don't have that love in your heart and someone comes and says, You want a little love? You can have my love if you just do what I want you to do. If you are starving for love and you taste that love, you are going to do whatever you can for that love. You can even be so needy that you give your whole soul just for a little attention.